What is it that sets us apart as human beings? We are told it is our ability to think, to communicate, that we possess a language. To this, I would add, it is our ability to innovate. But is each of us an innovator? Doesn't one need to be a discoverer, an inventor, or a tinkerer to be considered an innovative individual? Yes and no. Yes, within the paradigms of science and economics, one needs to be very much a discoverer and an inventor to be considered innovative. But we are innovative in our day-to-day lives. Innovation within the realm of economics is defined as new combinations of inputs that result in new combinations of outputs with the objective of enhancing productivity or profit within the realm of the firm. So how do we do this? How do we apply this to ourselves as individuals? As individuals, we take on new experiences, new learnings from our day-to-day interactions, from our day-to-day conversations with the world around us, with persons, with technological products and services, with different artifacts, to reimagine, to reconstruct, and redefine ourselves. This process is a constant process of reconstruction. So how do we innovate as an individual? One of the ways that we do that is in the way we reimagine and reconstruct our dreams, our aspirations, our milestones. Personally speaking, as a young 11-year-old, I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to be a sports journalist or a war journalist, depending on whatever was the flavor du jour of the day. But I wanted to break into the boys' club. I wanted to shatter the glass ceiling. I'm a user researcher today. How did I get here? In the path to being here, I had to segue into the world of development policy, into the world of academia. And today I'm a user researcher. What has stayed consistent in my journey has been the drive, has been the pursuit of new challenges, of putting myself out of my comfort zone, of taking on new ideas, embracing new learnings, embracing new ideas, and coming up with new milestones and new definitions of success that I set for myself as an individual. And that is how I have innovated as an individual in my personal life. I work with a whole host of organizations, ranging from technology startups, e-commerce giants, design consultancy firms, social sector organizations, schools, and universities. What underlies my work is the desire to create, to empower, to identify, and to build the next billion set of users. Within the technological industry I come from, this is the new set, the new generation of users of digital technological products and services in the global South. So how do I do it? I do it at 3 levels. At the first level, as a user researcher, I ask the question of what is it that the user wants? What is it that she expects from technological products and services? How is it that she uses her devices? What does she use it for? How much is she willing to pay? Or more importantly, is she the one making these decisions? I take the answers, I gather the answers from this research and take it to technologists and designers who are developing and building technological products and services for the users of tomorrow, for the next billion users. Technology, by the way it is understood to have a set of constraints, a set of notions about what the user is. However, the user varies across geographies, across economic strata, across digital and physical, across digital competencies, across physical and infrastructural constraints. It is in identifying the different categories of users across these different stratifications that I mentioned, and taking their learnings, their expectations from technological products and services, and sharing it with designers and developers, that I contribute to the process of innovation. In this process, I have identified and helped create the next billion users. The end result of this interaction is that the technological products and services that come out are more democratic, more equitable, more inclusive, more relevant, more contextual, and most importantly, more usable. At the second level, I work with social sector organizations that are working on the ground to equip and strengthen communities that typically get left behind in this economic process of innovation. I work with these organizations to enable members of these communities, often marginalized, to strengthen their abilities, to equip them with the necessary skills that will allow them to participate in the global value chain, to be a part of the process of innovation. Thirdly, and most importantly, I work with schools and universities, which are asking the critical questions of relevance, of the need for systemic changes, and identifying the next paradigmatic shifts that lie in the world ahead of us. I mentor young minds in the domains of research, train them to ask the critical questions of why, what, and how. The questions that will underlie what comes as innovation in the years ahead, in the years to come. It is in asking these difficult questions, in putting these answers together, sharing it with technologists and designers, enabling and equipping the marginalized communities at the ground level, and facilitating the thinking of bright young minds, that I play a role in the social process of innovation, a small but a very, very meaningful role. It is in this process that each of us contributes to innovation by redesigning, reimagining, and reconstructing. Thank you.